since Your Excellency has taken away all the vocabulary that's available, I can no longer, I am short of words to describe you because there are no more words left in the dictionary. The Deputy Governor of Cross River State, His Excellency Professor Ivara Isu, members of the National Assembly, honorable ministers here, the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Mrs. Winifred Oyoita, members of the Cross River State Assembly, the Right Honorable Speaker of the Cross River State Assembly, and members of the Cross River State Executive Council, former governors present, the wife of the former governor of Cross River State, Mrs. Onare Duke, and wives of other former governors that are here, the national leaders of PANDEF, community leaders, the very vibrant youths of Cross River State, distinguished guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I'm extremely pleased to be here in Cross River State, this state of peace, beauty, and hospitality. I'm here essentially as an emissary of our President, President Muhammad Buhari, and I bring you his very warm and heartfelt greetings. He's asked me to conduct the visit to the oil-producing communities and including Cross River State. And I want to say that not only is he very excited about this particular visit, as I said earlier, he wants a report on what exactly took place here. So I've taken copious notes on everything that has been said today. This is a great state, without a doubt. A world-famous state, the history of this state as capital so many, many years ago is self-evident. We don't need to go over it. It's the home of the first international carnival in sub-Saharan Africa, the home of Tinapa, unprecedented, just in the sheer size, scale, and the imagination that went into that project, and the first monorail in Nigeria. I had an opportunity of riding in that monorail all the way up here today. And now the first solar-powered industrial park in Nigeria. You know, besides, this state is Nigeria's green state, perhaps the most climate-friendly state, without a doubt the cleanest of all the states. And I must say that the governor's tree planting effort, planting millions of trees in the state, is certainly unprecedented in the Federation. Today, as I looked through the MSMEs, the small and medium-scale enterprises, and looked through the exhibition of their products at our MSME clinic, I also saw the great entrepreneurs of this state, young men and women involved in agro-allied industry, food processing, arts and crafts, and technology. A lot of them extremely, extremely hardworking, extremely creative, extremely innovative, and doing very marvelous things. I was extremely impressed by the fact that they not only are committed, but they are determined to ensure that despite the challenges that face us as an economy, they would make their own contribution, they would do their very best. And I'm so excited to see so many young people doing great things here. Your great sons and daughters, as you've heard, are doing excellently in the federal government of Nigeria. Of course, our head of service, Mrs. Winifred Oyoita, is exceptional in the performance of her role. And Pastor Usani Uguru Usani, who is the Minister for the Niger Delta. I'm sure that many of us are also aware of the great work that General Obi, the UN advisor on the Northeast Humanitarian Initiative, is doing. I'm sure we're also well aware of that. and of course the exceptional work that we have heard just a few minutes ago, the chairman of the NDDC, very exceptional work my friend and brother is doing there in the NDDC. Of course, you know, this is no ordinary state. And you know, it's not just a question of being rich in history. This state is richer even in promise. And we must not undercut that or understate that in any way. The young and vibrant Cross Riverians all over this country are doing great things at home and abroad. I'm sure that every one of us knows Ekpo Mbang. Who does not know Ekpo Mbang? Who does not know him? There are some people here who don't. Well, let me tell you of some of the great achievements of some of these young men and women who are doing great things all over the world and all over this country. And I want to just say that the exceptional things that have been done, show us that there is a great future indeed for this country. And it's not just in business, it's in music, in sports, in entertainment. I want to just say that we are extremely proud of the work and of the achievements of many of the young men and women of this great state. But having said all of this, I think it is important for us to bear in mind that every bit of what we are trying to do for this nation and in this nation must involve some time, must involve some trouble. Nothing is easy except promises. We must ensure that we are patient to see the fulfillment and the fruition of all of the various plans and all of the various promises that we have made. I want to urge you to be as patient as possible because there is, on our part, not just a commitment, but we sincerely want to do everything that we have purposed and we have planned to do for this state and for all other states of the Federation of Nigeria. Just listening to you on the ceding of Bakassi as a result of the judgment of the ICJ, this is a development that all of us consider a loss. But the president strongly believes, and I'm sure that many of us know that he has expressed himself several times on this issue, that while we ruminate over the legal issues, we must not allow Nigerian citizens in Ikang and elsewhere to suffer. The federal government is determined to do more with the displaced in Bakassi. This is our duty and our commitment. We will ensure that we do more. We'll ensure that we engage with all of the groups that need to be engaged with. As a matter of fact, already a lot has been going on in terms of trying to see what exactly needs to be done in order to make a strong impact on the situation of those who are displaced in Bakassi. There's a lot of work that's going on that already, and I'm sure that very soon we'll see the results of that. We'll also thoroughly investigate the issues you have raised, especially on the relationship between the military, the militants, and the people of Bakassi. I think that that's something that we have to look at. There have been allegations, some that I've heard today, of violations of human rights. And we certainly intend to look at that carefully. This federal government is, and I think it's an understatement to say that we're interested in Cross River State. It certainly is an understatement. The president himself renegotiated the China Exim loan for the Lagos-Calabar rail. He himself negotiated it. And we've put that Lagos-Calabar rail not just on the 2016 budget, but also on the 2017 budget. And we want to ensure that it remains there. We have urged our legislators to ensure that it is funded, that our counterpart funding is put there, and that the part of it which the Chinese are supposed to provide depends on the counterpart funding. The Chinese, as I said, are very prepared to do so. And we intend that that Lagos-Calabar rail will come to fruition very, very soon by God's grace. The Udo-Kwani Ikotekpene Road is also one that's already provided for in the budget. And I know that the Honorable Minister, Usani Uguru Usani, has also been negotiating the Calabar-Ogoja Road with the Federal Ministry of Works. I don't want to recount all of what is done or is being done. I'm sure that some of us are familiar with the Adiabo-Kurigang erosion control that is already, that's already provided for. Eastern Naval Command Erosion Control Project, Phase 1, the new map erosion control project at Ikotumbre, the mass slide erosion site. And so, I mean, I don't think that there can be any doubt at all that the federal government is focused on the issues that concern Cross River State. Of course, we're also very excited about what the digital governor is doing here. The solar-powered industrial park, which I mentioned earlier. Today, I visited the pharmaceutical manufacturing factory, which is about to be completed. We're told that by year's end, it will be supplying vaccines, not just for Cross River State, but for the entire nation. I've said earlier that we are fully in support of the superhighway. There's no question at all that that is a game-changing project. And it is important, that it is supported in every way. And we certainly will support it. We'll be looking at the business plan for it also. We'll be working with the state government in ensuring that in one way or the other, we're able to bring that whole project to fruition as quickly as possible. Same as the deep sea port. Same as the deep sea port, we're, of course, in full support of the deep sea port. This, as you know, I mean, ports are, of course, mainly regulated, of course, by the federal government. So we're fully in support of it. And we will ensure that whatever it takes, we will also help to bring this very great vision of the governor and the government to fruition. By the way, just speaking to the governor, a lot of progress has been made on the EIA issue for the superhighway. And I'm sure that all of that will be resolved very soon. I want to just say that the vision of our president, of the president of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, is a vision for a nation where there is adequate provision for every one of us. First with the states, with our state governments. Our vision is collaboration with the state governments. I do not think there is any federal government that has worked as closely as we have with the state governments. We have provided, as has been mentioned, not just bailouts for salaries, where that has been necessary. We've provided loans. We have repaid, and we have been repaying the Paris Club refunds, which is also an additional input into the finances of the states. We are determined to collaborate with the states because the government of Nigeria is made up of the territories of the states. The federal government itself only has a territory, which is the Federal Capital Territory. The states of Nigeria make up this nation. So there is no federal government without the state governments. And the vision of the president is that active collaboration, which is why I'm able to say that whatever giant steps a state wants to make, the federal government of Nigeria will stand behind you solidly. And that's exactly what we're doing. Again, I want to restate that the vision of the president is that young people, especially young people, are provided with opportunities in this country. And there is no question at all that all of the efforts that we're making, all of the different projects that we're doing, our first priority is how to create jobs for young people. That's why we have the social investment programs. The NPower, for example, is one of them, the homegrown school feeding, microcredit for artisans, for traders, for businessmen, market men and women. We want to make sure that we're able to provide opportunities. The business of government is to ensure that we facilitate trade, facilitate business, facilitate the professions. And that's exactly what we're going to do and what we're doing. And we hope that in the next few months to the next few years, we're able to provide all of the opportunities that are necessary. And I want to commend the state government on the garment factory. That garment factory is an outstanding example of how to provide jobs very quickly for large numbers of people. And I hope that will be replicated in different states of the Federation. Ultimately, this country, we know this country can do so much better, and we're determined to ensure that we maximize the potential of this country. We have the smartest people. There is no question at all that Nigerians are the best educated you'll find anywhere in the world. We are the best educated professionals. We are the best educated businessmen, commercial people. We have the acumen. We have everything it takes. Everything that we require as a nation we have. We have the land, we have minerals, we have all manner of resources. And that's why we believe that this country can be a country where we grow everything that we eat and we make everything that we use. There's no reason at all why we cannot be self-sufficient in practically anything in this country. And I want to just say that it is the determination of our government to ensure that anybody who is willing to push their potential to whatever extent, the government of Nigeria will be behind you to do so. And that's why I'm so excited today to see so much that is going on in this state, so much that young people are doing all over the state. I want to congratulate you all very much for the great strides that you're making as a people and as a state, and also to wish you a very, very happy 50th anniversary. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Acting President.